Could this be the end of meme coins or even major L1s? We're going to look at the Coinbase lawsuit in this video. This is an ongoing lawsuit with the SEC, and this is more than just an attack against Coinbase. This is an attack against trying to deem certain crypto as securities. So following this update is extremely important. In this video, I'm going to go over things that were going on right now in the market leading up to the Bitcoin halving, some things that are going on with this Coinbase lawsuit, how this affects meme coins, and so much more. So without further ado, let's dial in. And by the way, if you've been following this content, we've been absolutely cooking. My last video, I showed you step by step the easiest possible way to buy meme coins using Base or on Base. Check out that video if you haven't already. The video before that, we just talked about tons of things about Base, the layer 2 to Ethereum, why I think Coinbase is going to push it, and so much more. Talked about using Unibot for bots, for Solana, for Ethereum. Go check out all that. Without further ado, let's dive into today's news regarding Coinbase lawsuit updates. So let's just look at some of the basics that's going on in the market right now. Bitcoin at 68K, up 5% on the 7 days, came down about 2% on the 24 hours, with Ethereum kind of following suit. We're leading up to less than a month till the Bitcoin halving, which historically has increased the price of Bitcoin historically. Of course, we can't just go off of that, but that's leading up to this. On top of that, we're going to take a look at the ETF, the effects that has had on Bitcoin, and the last ETF that's coming up for May 23rd on Ethereum, which could also dramatically affect the price. So we see a lot of fluctuation in the market, also regarding the Coinbase lawsuit. We also saw another large exchange, KuCoin, getting hit recently for tons of other charges. So things are looking a bit shaky, but there is good news around the corner. Big money is coming in after the ETF. Matter of fact, you can take some of the biggest money in the world, the CEO of BlackRock, and here's what he has to say about the Bitcoin ETF.
I'm very bullish on the long-term viability of Bitcoin.
I was going to say, did that surprise you?
That surprised me how much that's gone up. I mean, look, we're creating now a market that has more liquidity, more transparency, and I'm pleasantly surprised, and I would never have predicted it before we filed it, that we were going to see this type of retail demand.
So you thought you'd do good, but not this good.
I thought, yes. Yes.
Well,
So his bullish sentiment is absolutely backed by other big backers that are institutionally buying Bitcoin. We actually saw just on the March 26th, nearly $500 million in Bitcoin of total inflows coming from some of the biggest investments in the world. So pretty bullish signs for Bitcoin all around. And you can see that we've had more green days than not as far as inflows over outflows. And honestly, the price is reflected. So shout out to all the people that told you the ETF was a sell the news event. Okay, let's move on to the meat and potatoes of this episode, which is going to go over the Coinbase lawsuit. So here's the update. Essentially, the lawsuit is going to continue, and the majority of the lawsuit updates is a big nothing burger. But there was one win that came out of all of this from today. Jesse Pollock, big and majorly involved with Base, considers it a huge win because as a dismissal of claims against Coinbase wallet. I'll explain that in just a second. So this clears the path for self-custodial innovation to grow on global on-chain economy. We're going to bring millions of builders and billions of people on chain. That's very bullish for meme coins. It's very bullish for Base and all these other things, because essentially the Coinbase wallet, which is the DeFi wallet, allowing you to self-custody your assets, which I 100% recommend self-custody over all this, is pretty much safe in this lawsuit, and everything was dropped against that. Now, as far as the rest of the lawsuit goes, here is a longer form update from Paul Grau. This is Coinbase's lawyer, essentially. Basically, what he's saying in the 6-piece thread is they expected this. They expected it to not get cut off immediately and to go on to the next steps, and they're fully prepared for any sort of outcome. Ultimately, it didn't seem to sideswipe them whatsoever, and that this puts the SEC, I think, 0-4 against Coinbase, just losing every notion that they take. And again, this is a little bit bigger than just Coinbase versus SEC. This is the SEC trying to mark certain things as a security as far as crypto goes, because if Coinbase is marked as a security and loses this case, it could really have a trickle effect on everything, not just meme coins, but even like major layer ones. So everybody that's involved with crypto should be rooting for Coinbase in this, and ultimately all these exchanges that are going against the SEC. A little bit more regulatory updates here is Britain's stance on meme coins. So essentially what they're wanting to do is be able to put it in front of regulatories of the promotion and what your meme coin is. So essentially, if you're wanting to launch a meme coin, explain the meme behind it. You can imagine how crazy this is going to get for some people wanting to launch their own tokens, or just for tokens that already exist. And this is an ongoing debate and trying to find the entire structure around memes and tokens and all of that fun stuff. With all that being said, here's some fun, not financial advice, predictions. I think and hope that Coinbase is going to win the lawsuit in the court against the SEC. Ethereum's deadline for the ETF approval should be on May 23rd. If that passes, hoping to see similar action to Bitcoin. Bitcoin halving is in less than like 26 days from now. Historically, that has been a great event in crypto. It looks like everything's lining up for a really strong 2024. If all of these things line up, memes are to follow. Bitcoin is breaking all-time highs constantly. It just broke 70K again just yesterday. Meme coins are very far off their all-time highs. We could see multiple meme coins break the market cap of Doge, I think personally, if we have another super cycle. As always, there is hundreds of events that could lead up to none of this happening. There could be a ton of black swan events that could happen that would crush this, new regulations that come out. All kinds of things could happen. This is an extremely speculative field, so that's why it's best for you to stay up to date on some of the regulatory things that are going on, some of the macro things that are going on, and watch videos like this to catch up. I do not have a crystal ball. I do not know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I am still bullish. I have been bullish since Bitcoin dropped to 16K last year. I've been buying and living in the market since then, and it has paid dividends. I'm going to continue to be bullish and on crypto side during all of this. If you guys like this style of content, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment down below that you like these updates, and I will see you guys next video.